Hello, welcome. We're here outside the Candidly Created Studios in Denver, Colorado. My name is Francisco Estevez and I'm the founder of Candidly Created. Today we're going to take a really deep dive into the behind the scenes of what it takes to go into a professional dance photography photo shoot. We have a wonderful model, a professional ballet dancer from the Colorado Ballet. Her name is Ever Larson. You may have seen her on a lot of our feed, and we're really excited to have you here. We're going to take you through some of the things that we do to get set up for a photo shoot and what it sort of entails to get into all those things. So enjoy. So today we're going to set up one of our favorite creative lighting setups. If you're familiar with portrait photography, you get one of these sort of larger modifiers and you can put a grid on it, you can move it away, you can feather it. Depending on those different factors, you can really get a lot out of that one modifier. And to try and get some of the same results out of a full-length portrait, because the subject is larger, what we end up doing is doubling up with these larger modifiers that you see behind me to try and get the same amount of quality of light on the subject that we're doing. And it just gives us a lot of versatility while still having some of that nice contrasty directional light from one side. So we're pretty much set up for the shoot. These are our two key lights here. Notice how we put the smaller one on top. It's because it's going to be focused on the head, which is a little bit smaller, and then the body gets the larger modifier below. And then back here we have our rim light, and then we have an additional one that we may use later. So right now it's currently off. We really like to use the barn doors on this one. We also have a grid in there that comes with this set. And we really like to do that because then we can really tailor and shape the light and make sure it stays off the background, especially if you're in a smaller setting or a smaller studio. These types of controls are really, really important, making sure that you have a lot of control of what happens to the background and making sure we're focusing that light on the subject. This is pretty much our setup and we're ready to go.
Hi, I'm Ever Larson. I am a quarter ballet dancer with Colorado Ballet. I have always loved shooting with Fran. He always knows exactly what to do. Even if he doesn't know you, he can look at you as a dancer and see what is going to look good on you. It was about 5, almost 6 years ago at this point. I heard that if you put duct tape in your pointe shoes, it helps them last longer. I don't know if that's true or not, but I went on Amazon and bought 6 different rolls of duct tape, and I've had those same rolls of duct tape for this whole time, so it'll be extremely tragic when they run out. And I always love putting on a pointe shoe and seeing SpongeBob smile right back at me.
No, that's nice. Let's do a few more like that. Maybe do a little like this with your body. Yeah, just a tad. So we're set up here with my D850 and the 70-200. I'm tethering into Lightroom at the moment. We have 2 monitors going here. The larger one is for me and for clients, and the other one is just the computer monitor. We also have it airplaying to a larger TV over there for the models so that they can see the images as they come in, make their own adjustments, as well as, us being able to direct them, it's a really handy tool. You know, one of the main things if you're new to studio photography is understanding first and foremost that your shutter speed is not going to matter as long as you're below your sync speed, so you don't get banding, so those black lines as you shoot. Really, the strobes are going to take care of making sure you have a quick freezing of motion happening in your photos. What we're looking for right now are just some clear positions. As you can see here in this image, she has very nice lines. Obviously, she's a great dancer. And the lighting setup that we have right now has some really nice even lighting. It's nice and soft. The soft boxes are nice and big, so we're getting some of that nice soft light on her at the moment. There's a lot of negative space around all of her limbs. In general, when you're talking about dance photography, you don't want lines to converge a lot. It gets messy, things get convoluted, and you really want that clarity of position. So the more negative space that you can create around a dancer's limbs, the better. It looks calmer, it looks more in control. They're going to be happier with it, and you're going to be able to use those photos more often than not. So we've done a few poses now with this lighting setup, and we're going to shift gears a little bit and put some grids on those modifiers and turn them into a little bit more moodier lighting with more contrast. So we're going to have Ever actually switch into a different outfit. It's going to be a little sportier. Some of the colors are going to complement some of the posing boxes that we're actually going to bring out and see what we can get out of the same lighting setup just with a different modifier on. All right, so this is our second setup. All we've really done is put 2 grids on these large modifiers, these octoboxes, and we've brought out this posing box that we're gonna have Ever work with to get some creative stuff. And one other thing that we just quickly put out was a V-flat over here just for some extra bounce. So the last pose that we're going to do today with Ever is called a penché. If you're familiar with it, great. If you're not, it's basically just a split vertical. She's gonna do it with the posing box, and you know, use this as sort of like a starting point if you want to do something like this with your own model. All right, so that's a wrap on our shoot with Ever today. I want to thank her for being such a great model and for being a part of this. If you want to follow Ever, this is her Instagram handle. She's a beautiful dancer with Colorado Ballet, so if you're in the Denver area, make sure to catch some of their performances. And if you like some of the shots that you saw in the video today, stay tuned because we're going to go through some of those and show you our editing process for those shots.